Hi, I'm Connor Hartnedy from the Department of Emergency Medical Care. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect a patient that has been pre-packaged onto a lowering or hauling line. In our department, we use a commercially available bridle that will be connected into predetermined connection points in our split-apart stretcher. To orientate you to the bridle, the red section is made up of two legs, and they go to two predetermined points on the top part of the stretcher. The blue legs of the bridle will go to the bottom part of the stretcher. In the middle here is the attendant's or the jockey's connection point, and they all come together on a screw link connector. When connecting, I want to place position the screw link onto the patient's stomach. And keeping my orientation, I want to then connect these carabiners with the screw gate pointing inwards and downwards and locked off or closed off. Now that we've connected the bridle, what we're going to do is connect the main line to the bridle using a carabiner. We'll put the carabiner through the screw gate connector, close it off into the Alpine Butterfly. We want to ensure that the tail of the main line that's coming down is the same or similar length to the attendant's pre-rigged attendant line, and we have got stopper knots at the bottom of both lines. The second connection I want to make is using a carabiner into an Alpine Butterfly and into the connector. With this system, we want to ensure that both carabiners are opposing each other. The second point of attachment that we're going to do is into the patient's harness. Here we've used an Alpine Butterfly going down into a figure of 8 on a bite, and it's connected into the patient's harness. So if we look at the system, here you'll see the main line or working line coming down, and its first point of connection is into the stretcher's bridle. This bridle is also connected to the basket, and the patient is connected to the basket. That is the first point of attachment. The second point of attachment is the safety line connected to the bridle that is connected independently to the patient's harness. Now that we've connected the main and safety line to the bridle, I need to now connect myself as the attendant or the stretcher jockey to the system. For my safety line, I'm going to use the main line coming from the Alpine Butterfly that was pre-rigged. I'm going to connect myself to a safety system using the Petzl ASAP. Connecting the Sorb onto my chest harness. Now I'm going to use an ascending system connected to the attendant's line that is pre-rigged onto the bridle. Going to use the Petzl rig as my ascending and descending, one of my ascending devices, and then obviously as a descending friction device. And that's going to allow me to position myself up and down the attendance line. It also means that I can move below the stretcher and, if I need to, as high up the stretcher as possible. I'm then going to use the handle ascender with a multi-loop strap and an adjustable foot strap. Connecting the handle ascender above the rig, I will then position the multi-loop strap ensuring that I now have this full point of attachment and the handle ascender to allow me to move up and down. After connecting myself to the patient, I'm going to ask the team to haul the patient up in the basket, probably 1.5 meters off the ground. This allows me to adjust the positioning of the bridle. Here, the legs are in a slightly downward position, probably too much, so I'm now going to adjust that by pulling on the legs. And again, taking into consideration the patient's presentation. Are they comfortable in that position? Do they need to be slightly head up, slightly head down? I'm then going to just, using a half hitch, tie off the excess rope on the legs of each part of the bridle. Now I'll be able to ascend into position. When you and the patient are ready, you then ask your team to haul you off if you're doing a haul or a lower, and you position yourself as the stretcher attendant or the jockey at waist level with the patient. I'm able now to communicate, access, assess any part of the patient during the hauling or lowering process.